All right, good morning. I'm calling case number D206173113C, Simpson versus Maxwell. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Oliver Melgar, bar number 10146, appearing unbundled for the plaintiff Gregory Simpson, who is present through Blue Jeans.
Thank you. Mr. Leventhal?
Morning, Judge. How are you today?
Doing great, sir.
Good. Todd Leventhal, 8543 on behalf of Ms. Maxwell. She is present via Blue Jeans, like that.
All right, fantastic. Before we go any further, I want it to be known, I strictly enforce the rules. Oppositions, counter motions are supposed to be filed 14 days prior to or after being served with the motion. So that way there's an opportunity for a reply and me be able to read everything before a hearing. Okay? I'll forgive it this time, but I have not had an opportunity to read it because I prepare 7 days in advance. So, this is Mom's motion.
No, Dad's.
Nope, Dad's motion. Sorry, it is Dad's motion. So, Mr. Melgar, go ahead, please.
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll be brief since you've already read the motion. The defendant didn't answer. There was a complaint filed, and there's no answer. She was served properly. I think her excuse was that she didn't have the money to hire a lawyer. However, we would say, you know, that's not an excuse. There's programs that allow individuals to receive the help that they need free of charge. However, that being said, it's your decision whether to set that aside. We'll make argument on our motion. Yes, there's been a history. Both parents have been in and out of jail. My client was in jail for a year. The child was born. After the child was born, after he came out of jail, he was able to have contact with the child. The mother as well, she was on probation. She was put in a SoberLink house. She has a history of drug use. My client has concerns that there's drug use going on in the home she's at. He would like her drug tested today. He's willing to pay for that, and if she comes back positive, that he be reimbursed. However, this is a case what's in the best interest of the child. The father has had contact, has shared custody with the mom. Just recently, 3 weeks ago, he had Thursday through Sunday. But this is a case where the father is saying that the mom limits his contact or takes away his contact just on her whim, just whatever she wants to do. If Dad was such a bad guy, you know, she wouldn't allow overnight. She wouldn't give him contact. She wouldn't do a shared custody arrangement with my client. We want what's best for the child, and he's not trying to take the child away from the mom, even though he defaulted her. He's not looking to take her custody away. What he's looking for is a joint physical custody arrangement that is set, so she can't come and take his time away. The father's currently working. I believe he filed a financial disclosure form. There's an R case already that determined child support. However, there's no determination of what the child custody, and outside of determination, there's a preference for joint physical custody, Your Honor. Today, what we're asking for is that the court grant a joint physical custody arrangement. Dad is looking from Thursday in the evening until Sunday in the evening, and then he's okay to get sent to mediation. And then this temporary schedule may be worked out in mediation and until we return, Your Honor, and I'll reserve any argument after opposing counsel.
Mr. Leventhal?
Thank you, Judge. Judge, obviously we don't default people if they're a few days late when it comes to custody issues. This is not a divorce. There's no money involved. This is pure. So the default should, by order of law, be set aside. And the reasons for my client not getting a chance were outlined in my response. That's first and foremost. So I don't think that should be an issue. What is an issue is the timing. We've got Nicole, who's 7 years old. Gregory has had sporadic, if that, times with his daughter, mostly just Saturday and Sunday. That's all it's been. Until, Judge, I'm showing you what's been sent from the Office of the District Attorney. October 27th, 2020 was sent an order for Mr. Maxwell's child support to go from $100 a month, where he was paying $26 a week, up to $700 based on the fact that he's working, he's employed as a welder, he's making a good living. She is not employed, but October 27th, 2020. October 27th. When does he file this? He files this motion for joint custody a little over a month later because he was upset that his payments was going up. He filed it on 12/4. So 10/27, he gets notice his child support's going up. All of a sudden, 1 month later, he wants now joint custody. Why do you think he wants joint custody, Judge? You've been around for a minute or two. So have I. We all see this. This is playbook, textbook. Okay, dad comes in, doesn't want to spend any more money than he has to, has very limited time with his child for 7 years. All of a sudden, he's now got his foot in the fire with having to pay child support. He knows it. We all know it. We've seen this before. This is just one of the more obvious ones because of the timing issue. A month later, he files for joint physical. Counsel then says that my client is on drugs, she's this, she's that, but we don't want to take the child away from her. We just want joint. Why do you think he wants joint? Again, it's down to a money issue. Judge, what's been happening for 7 years is basically dad has come in and out. My client, I talked to her this morning, doesn't want to take away any time from him, but she would like to keep it the way it is, which is what it's been. He comes in on a Saturday, picks her up on a Saturday, drops her off on a Sunday or Friday night, and then drops her off on Sunday. She doesn't have a problem with that every other weekend, and then maybe during the week having some time with Nicole, like a Wednesday and a Thursday in the off weekends. That would be fine. I think that's something that's doable, that's been done. They can go to mediation all they want, but that's what she wants. It's every other weekend, and then Wednesday or Thursday on the weekends that he's not with Nicole. I would submit it on that, Judge. And obviously, there is this open district attorney, but we need to reevaluate what his financial affidavit said, which would probably be about that $700 mark, is where he would be at with the new formula on child support.
Real quick, Mr. Leventhal, what is your client on probation for?
My client is not on probation. I think what he's referring to was 7 years ago, when my client was on probation and Mr. Maxwell, I guess, was in prison at the time. She's not on probation right now. I think that's what he's referring to.
All right, I'm going to send her down for drug testing. Let's just be safe. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to send her down for drug testing. I want her there by 2 p.m. this afternoon. We'll.
Both parties, Judge?
What was that?
Both parties?
Do you want both parties?
I want both parties then.
Okay, then both parties are going to go down drug testing. Each of you are going to pay for the other one's drug test. I don't want the not being paid for as a reason why it didn't come back. Both of you are going to report by 2 p.m. this afternoon. I'm going to set aside the default because these issues do need to be tried on the merits of the case. I am trying to find out right now what Dad's recent TPO. You said about 700, so I'm showing that we've got a notice of a telephonic hearing, notice of a motion, but I don't see any new orders in here yet, so I'm not too sure about that.
He objected to the orders, Judge. That's why that's what the hearing is for.
Okay.
But that's what they came out with. Sorry.
But on his income, based upon his financial disclosure form and everything right now, his child support is going to be set at $654 a month. I am going to, hold it. No, never mind. Hold on. His child support should be set at $654 a month, but I am going to allow joint legal and joint physical custody temporarily because I don't have anything in the record that gives me any reason on why it should not be in that way. You know, and we've all seen plenty of cases where one parent does withhold the case or withhold the children. We've also seen plenty of cases where the other parent, they don't want anything to do with the child until it comes time to pay child support. So we're going to see which way it is through actions. The visitation is going to be from Thursday at 6 p.m. until Sunday at 6 p.m. temporarily. I'm going to send y'all down to Family Mediation Center to try to see if you can mediate a parenting plan and get this thing taken care of. Mom, why are you not working? You need to unmute.
Unmute.
I was a Teamster doing conventions when COVID hit.
Okay, well, there's no reason why you can't go out and look for a job. I want you to look for 10 different jobs. You do not have to be working in the same field. That way you don't lose your Teamster's position.
Okay.
All right? Right
Okay.
now, I'm going to assume that if you were working, you'd be making $2,000 a month. Okay? I'm going to impute an income to you.
Okay.
Your child support obligation at that would normally be $320. So you subtract take $654 and subtract the $320. Child support obligation is going to be $334 a month.
Judge, I missed about 5 minutes of what you just said. I don't know. It said it was resolving issues.
What was that, sir?
This is Todd Leventhal. I didn't hear about the last 3 minutes of what you said. The little thing was going around saying resolving issues.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Which
That's
was the
a-
last thing you heard?
I heard you tell Mom that she needed to get a job.
Okay. She needs to get a job. I'm imputing an income of $2,000 a month because if she was working minimum wage at 7-Eleven, she'd be close to $2,000 a month. So I'm going to impute that. The 16% of $2,000 is $320. You subtract that from $654. It's going to be $334 a month for Dad to pay to Mom for child support. Did you get Dad's visitation at Thursday at 6 p.m. to Sunday at 6 p.m.?
No, ma'am, but can I ask you if you would allow for my client to have at least 1 weekend a month with her child?
She's not working right now, so no. If she was working and that was her only days off, then I would consider it, but she's not working right now.
I don't want to argue, but you just told her to go get a job. So now her job is going to be working to find a job.
Yeah, but most of those you do it online.
So you're telling her to get a job, and then when she gets a job, you're going
Then
to
we will
withhold her
revisit
job
it.
from her making it.
We're going to be back in 6 weeks. This is for 6 weeks. Let's see how well they can co-parent together. Co-parenting is actually working out a schedule that's best for the child. So let's see how they can do it.
And
what's
Your
the-
Honor,
I would, in the future, if y'all can't work out a schedule, I will give her 1 week in a month, but I will also give makeup time in the middle of the week so that Dad still has at least 3 days every week.
I just proposed that,
And-
though. I'm asking for 1 weekend. I think that's
And,
what's
and Your Honor, in the drug test, can we have that if either party doesn't show up to the drug test, that it counts as a violation?
Absolutely, I will deem it dirty if you do not show up by 2 p.m.
You want us to prepare the order, Your Honor?
Yes, please,
Will do.
Mr. Leventhal to sign off on it. Well, return date.
March 22nd at 11:30 a.m.
Are y'all available?
I couldn't hear that.
March 22nd at 11 a.m.
11:30.
Or 11:30. Sorry,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Leventhal, are you available?
Yes, I'll be available.
Dad, what other days would you have, so that Mom can have quality time and not just school time with the child? What other days would be good for you?
Any, Your Honor. I'll make it work.
You'll make it work.
Yes,
You'll
ma'am.
have the responsibility for schooling and all this other stuff.
I totally understand.
Okay, then we're going to give Mom that 1 weekend a month. I was hoping you'd chime in and say, please let her have it, but you didn't. So we're going to go ahead and give her that 1 weekend a month. I'm going to give Mom the third weekend of every month. And we're going to let Dad have Tuesday at 6 p.m. until Friday at 6 p.m. during the week prior to. So Dad would have Tuesday through Thursday, then Mom would have that weekend. And then go back to Dad having his Thursday through Sunday on the following weekend. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Melger, prepare the order, please.
Will do.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too.